Alright, solving systems of linear equations. There's three ways you can solve the system. You know how before when we talked about graphing a line, we graphed it with a table, we graphed it using slope and y-intercept. Now there's usually more than one way to do things in math class, and we always try to teach you all of them so then you can choose which way you like best, or sometimes different situations, different ways are going to help you and be more appropriate. Solving systems of linear equations, we can do it three ways. We can do it by graphing, we can do it by using substitution, and we can do it by using elimination. Today we're going to learn the graphing way, which I think is the most fun, and I usually save it for the end, but I know you guys just got off a really tough chapter, so I was going to give you the easy part first. Okay?
Yes. Easy part.
All right. So a system of linear equations is two or more linear equations. Two or more linear equations. Two or more linear equations. No.
Can I be off topic for a minute? No.
Just a second. Okay, a solution of the system. I'm going to just write it because I have do you have a lot of extra space too? I'm hoping. Okay. A solution of the system is any ordered pair that is a solution of each equation. In the system. A solution of the system is any ordered pair that is a solution of each equation. So in order to be a solution to the system, it's got to be a solution to each one of those. It's got to be an ordered pair that is a solution to each of the equations in that system. Sounds kind of confusing, but it's not. Okay, we want to solve by graphing. So, what you're going to do is you're going to graph both of these lines. We're going to graph y equals x minus 7, and we're going to graph y equals 4x plus 2. I'll zoom in a little bit here on this so we can, and now this is where it comes in handy that we know how to graph these pretty quickly using slope and y-intercept. Okay, so we're looking at this right here. My slope is going to be 1, and my y-intercept, my b, is negative 7. So let's graph this first one. I have a slope of 1, y-intercept of negative 7. Now notice the scale on here I think is every 2. So 2, 4, 6. So my y-intercept is going to be right between the 6 and the 8. And then I have a slope of 1, correct? So that tells me rise is 1, run is 1? Brett, if it's easier, if you want to move around the other side of the table so you don't have to strain your neck, you can gladly do that. So remember though, guys, these go by 2's, okay? Up 1 over 1, 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 up 1. You could also do it, up 2 over 2, up 2 over 2, because that's still a slope of 1. And then we're going to go down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1. Now one thing you notice about this is that when you graph these, you have to be very precise. All right, always use graph paper when you're doing these, and that's why we're going to use our graphing calculators in just a couple minutes, because they're kind of fun on there. Okay, so that's our first equation. There's number 1. Now this is going to be our line 2. Y equals 4x plus 2. So that's a y-intercept, right, of 2. And a rise of 4 and a run of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So we've got 1 point that we can go on our graph up. Down 4, 2, 4 over 1. 2, 4 over 1. 2, 4 over 1. 2, 4 over 1. Now there should be a spot right there where they intersected. So we need to find the point of intersection. Negative. Careful. -3, -10. So the lines intersect at one point. -3, -10. Therefore, the solution is -3, -10. So the solution is where the lines intersect.
This is awesome. So once you find the point, you know the solution.
All right, let's do this check. So we need to see whether -3, -10 actually makes those both equations true. So we're going to replace x with -3, y with -10. So over here, we're going to place this y with -10, the x with the -3. -3 minus 7. Now here we want to probably add the opposite, so that's going to be a -7. -3 plus -7. And does -10 equal -10?
Yep.
Sure does. Check. So we know this equation works. Now let's look at this equation. We're going to put in -3 for x, -10 for y. What is 4 times -3? That's a -12. -12 plus 2 is -10. And is that what we were supposed to get?
Yeah.
All right. So we know we did it right. Just because this equation is solved for y already. Okay, let's do our quick check. Solve each system by graphing. So here's the first one. Y equals x minus 6 and y equals -2x. So let's draw in our x and y axes in here.
Wait, what if ours are different?
That's all right.
Our graphs will be different.
Your line will still be the same though. All right, so our first one, we have a y-intercept of -6, right? So I'm going to have to put that one line below my graph. I don't like going by twos. If you want to go by twos, that's fine. You don't have to.
I don't have room.
I don't like to.
Me either.
Okay, and what's my slope?
2.
1 over 1, right?
Oh, wrong one.
So up 1 over 1.
What are you looking at, Nicole? Are you looking at number 6?
no, I'm looking at number 1A. So x plus a negative 6. And then y, my slope is y equals negative 2x. So what's my, you getting this, Peyton? What's my y-intercept?
-2.
Careful.
-3.
Guys. 0. I have nothing, a plus 0 here, right? So my y-intercept is at 0. I have a slope of negative 2. So that's negative 2 over 1. So down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1.
I thought it was a straight line. How do you know if it's a straight line?
They will always be straight lines because they are linear equations.
No. I mean like a straight line. Is if it x equals or y?
X, if it's just x equals a number, it's going to be a vertical line. If it's y equals just a plain number with no x, then it's a horizontal line. So what's my solution here, guys?
2, 4. Hold on.
1, 2, 2, negative 4, right? Now we can do the check in our head for this one. I have x plus a negative 6. So 2 plus a negative 6. What is 2 plus a negative 6? Negative 4. Good. So that one's a check. How about this one? We have negative 2 times x. Negative 2 times 2 is?
-4.
Is that what we were supposed to get?
Yes.
Fantastic. So check. All right, let's do B. Go ahead and start drawing. Okay, so y equals 3x minus 3.
I'm still drawing y.
Oh, okay. Okay, so my y-intercept is negative 3. And my slope is up 3 over 1. Okay. All right, yes, the x is on the wrong side, so we got to put it on the other side. Cross the line, change the sign. Y equals negative x plus 1. So now we can graph that one, right? Y-intercept of 1.
Yeah, it goes downward.
Down 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. What's my point of intersection? 1, 0. Now let's check it. 3 in? 3 times 1 is? 3. 3 minus 3 is?
0.
Good. Let's check this one. X plus y equals 1. Well, what's 1 plus 0? 1. So they both check out.